It's Leanne from Leanne's Weight Loss Journey. This is my vlog that I said I was going to do last week, just to touch base with everybody and let y'all know what's been going on and answer some questions. So I'll get the stuff that I have to say out of the way. It's been it's been a good month. It's been a bad month. I did my trip. We left on March 1st, and we both, my husband and I, thoroughly enjoyed our trip. He was home for a total, we were together for 3 weeks. And our trip was we were gone for like 6 days. And I really didn't watch what I ate. It was just, I don't know, I guess I just kind of felt like 4 years, watching what I was eating and trying to lose weight, and I don't know, I just kind of let go. Anyways, in those 3 weeks, I had gained 10 pounds. That was with the flight and everything like that, too. So when I got home, when I finished the 3 weeks and he left, 10 pounds. That's it. I'm not beating myself up over it. I put all the food in my mouth. That's just the way that it is. And I take total accountability for that. It's not a big deal. I will do what I have to do to get it off. In saying that, my restart was last Saturday when he left, and I totally got back on track. And this morning, because I chose Friday to be my weigh-in, and I'm down 5.6 pounds, yay! So next Friday I'll weigh again, and I'll post my results again. So back to me. I've made some changes in my life in the last little while. Some of you guys know what those changes are, and some of you don't. But it's a personal thing that I had to deal with. It was really hard for me. It was a hard decision for me to make. But sometimes, I had been pondering it for a while. And due to certain stressors and everything like that, there's a part of my life that I had to let go. And it was really hard for me. It was really sad. And thankfully, I have great family and great friends, and they supported me. And I really trust myself with the decision that I have made. And I have to believe that it's going to be okay. And I have to believe that, our paths change for a reason. I'm not the person that I was 4 years ago. I've grown a lot. And, we change. As, this journey is forever. And we are all going down the same path in regards to losing weight, but it's different for everybody. And my body is different now than it was even last year. I've been having some issues with gluten. That's what I'm thinking. I was never diagnosed. I kind of diagnosed myself, but I found that every time I ate it, I had some digestive issues. So I'm kind of working with that now. I'm trying to figure out what's working good for me. Anyways, I think I found something, and my diet was kind of struggling there for a while because I didn't know what was going on. But needless to say, I'm back on the right track now, and I'm losing, and I don't have any more digestive issues, it seems. So, right now, whatever I'm doing is working. What else? It's coming up to a year now, March, that I hit my goal weight. And I'm going to be honest, this was probably the hardest year that I've put in with weight loss and maintenance. Maintenance is not easy. And I'm not sure, but it's like a switch goes off in your head when you hit your goal weight. For some, maybe not for all. I mean, I consider myself a recovering food addict, and it's tough. It's a tough world out there. And maintenance is And I'm sure if you talk to a lot of people, they would probably say the same thing. It's harder than losing weight. And that's proven true for me. So I'm now on the journey to lose a few extra pounds that I had gained. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And there's no time frame. There's, one day at a time. And it's about healthy living. And I'm really enjoying my foods that I'm eating and working out. The gym is new to me. So, it's just a process, and there's no rush. I'm not the girl I used to be. I'm no longer 300 pounds, it's... I found that the first 100 pounds, the first year that I was on Weight Watchers, came off really easy, and there wasn't much of a struggle. And sometimes I think there needs to be struggle so that you can learn. And I've learned a lot this past year. So, for that I am grateful for, because life is all about learning, about yourself especially. So, all right, with that being said, I'm going to answer some questions because it seems to be a lot of the questions, or not a lot, there was only a few that were asked, was about struggling. And I think everybody likes to know how people deal with getting back on track. So Laura asked, how do you get yourself out of a rut when you get into one? I was in a rut, and that's probably why I was quiet on my page. Every day you wake up and you have to find it within yourself, and I've said this before. You can look at people and you can ask people what they, how are you losing weight, and blah, blah, blah. But it really comes down to yourself. And me and my friend Lori were talking about this the other day, and I asked her, what do you do when you get in, how do you get back on track? And she said, well, I look at pictures, and I like to read, and I like to talk to my friends, me, and whatever. And we both, I think, came to the conclusion that stuff is all okay, but it comes from inside you. It's okay for me to go and ask her how she's gonna get back on track, but unless I really, really want to, that's the only time it's gonna happen. And let's be honest, you have to be ready to do it, or it's not gonna. We'll self-sabotage, or I don't know what happens, but it has to come within ourselves. So that's one thing that you just got to wake up and keep those positive thoughts going through your head. A lot of self-talk I do. Once I get in that mode that this is it, I got to lose weight, or I'm staying on track today, planning for me. If I plan my meals, I'm back to planning and tracking my meals, I'll do that the night before, and I'm excited then about tomorrow, so that I know what's happening next. I know what I'm having for my breakfast. I have my snacks planned. That stuff gets me excited, and I think it do help keep me on track, because I kind of know what's going to happen next. And that's just how my personality is. So that's what I do. Kelly asks how to stay focused and keep exercising. That's kind of hard. When you get out of exercising, it's hard to get back into it. You kind of just got to go do it. Itchy. We always feel good when we exercise. After we're done a workout, we'll say, oh, I feel awesome. I don't know why I stopped exercising. It takes energy to exercise. So you just kind of, I remember sitting at my step going to go for a run. And I did not want to go. And I just kept, as I was tying up my sneakers, I said, Leanne, you just got to get out the door. Go for 15 minutes and then turn around. Then 30 minutes is in. Jill's self-talk again. Staying focused. Self-talk. I find it harder when my husband's home to stay focused, because he likes to munch at night, or we're watching a movie, or whatever the case may be, and he'll ask me, would you like some? And I'd say, I sure would, but I'm not going to, because in the end, it's just food. I'm not hungry. It's just a want. It's not a need. And I always feel better about making that choice when I'm focused. So, I don't know. And then Selma asked, what do I think of the Simple Start with Weight Watchers? I think Simple Start is a fantastic program. is a great way to get you to make healthier choices, especially if you're not used to making healthy choices. So they have some good recipes as well. And then Melanie asks, how do you get your focus back when you feel like you've lost it? What do you do to shake yourself out of that feeling, or just being sick of exercise? Again, it's just, I tell myself it's something that I have to do. I don't have a choice. And if I keep telling myself that, then it just becomes second nature. I don't have any other choice but to stay on this road. I really, really don't. I'm not going back to where I was. I'm not going back to feeling sad and hopeless. I'm just not. There's no other option. And the day that I joined Weight Watchers was the exact motto that I have now. I have no option. And if I keep telling myself that, I keep believing that. And it's worked for me. And again, like, everybody's different, and it's an individual thing, and everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. So, I can just give you my perspective on how it was for me. And Dawn asks, when you reach your goal weight, what did you do to reward yourself? My goal weight was a long time coming. Like, I worked, it was hard because it was like a year trying to get off the last few pounds. So it was kind of anticlimactic in a way, but it wasn't. And my clothing didn't change, so I'd started working with Weight Watchers. So I had bought new clothes because I had the job, and I had to have clothes. And so I didn't go on a shopping spree. So what I decided to do was, when I ran my half marathon, so I signed up for the half marathon in January. I hit my goal weight in March. And then I took my trip in October. So I considered that to be my reward for myself. And I don't know. Some people, like, I like to get my nails done. I try not to reward with food, but I'm going to be honest, I have rewarded with myself with food. And I don't, it's not that I think that there's anything wrong with that, because I love food and I love to eat. And I think that if I'm accountable for those decisions, it's okay to go out and have a nice meal with your friends or with your family. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but you have to be careful, I guess, with like binging, or when it becomes unhealthy and one day turns into another. Like, one bad meal is not going to put on all your weight, but one bad decision after another, when you get that snowball effect, that's when there's problems. So, it's a personal thing. I know some people do go have, do a shopping spree or whatever. But I think it's something that you should really think about, because it's a big deal. And whether you want to do it solo, or if you want to share with friends or family. So, I don't know. I used my trip as my reward to myself. I mean, it was so much fun, and I did it with one of my best friends. So it was good. No, that's what I considered my reward. Plus, doing a half marathon is pretty spectacular. So, yeah. I think I have one more question in my inbox. Yes. This one's, I won't say her name because she posted in my inbox, but how do you get past your want for junk food? She really wants to lose weight, but she has hard time with junk. When I started Weight Watchers, it cleaned up my diet hugely. Like, everything was fast food or junk food or whatever. So when I first started, I really, really relied on their product. So like the pop chips you can get and the bars, my pantry was full of it. Like, I really, really relied on that stuff. And I think that's fantastic to get you to learn about portion control, and keep you in line that way. Plus, it's giving you a taste of, the things that you might be missing, whether it be salty or sweet. I think that's fantastic area to, use that if you can. And if you're not following Weight Watchers, you can go to the store and buy different stuff that are similar. And that's where I really try to keep I tried to watch my portions because I noticed that I was more of a portion, portion distortion, I'll call it. So that's what helped me. And now my eating is cleaned up even more. So like I eat really all natural foods now. I don't eat I don't eat anything from a box. That's just me personally. Like this is, I've been on this journey for 4 years now, and I really enjoy eating the way that I'm eating now, and the more natural, the better. So that's, I don't knock anybody for eating out of a box. I'm just saying for me now, my tastes have changed a little bit. But I do sometimes I want to have junk food, and I'll have 85% dark chocolate after my meal after supper, and that really does wonders. It took me a while to build up to the 85, and I did start at 70, but I found that was a really good way for my chocolate vice. And I don't really crave salty anymore, and I'm not sure why. I just don't. Sometimes you just have to have it too. So again, if you can have it in moderation and portion it out, it's fine. If it's a trigger for you, sometimes you just got to stay away from it. And again, that's an individual thing, and you have to learn how to manage that as well. So that's it for the questions. And I hope to do another blog for you next Friday. So if you ever have any questions that you want answered on a vlog, then you just inbox me or write on my wall, and I'll get to them. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.